Tony Phelan here with CompetitionX, and today on the workbench we've got a new vehicle from Tamiya. This is the Comical Hotshot, and it is based on the GF-01CB four-wheel drive chassis. What does that mean? Basically that means a centralized motor down the center that has a bunch of gears that run to the drivetrain. So it's kind of like a wild design, but it is basically a comical version of their Hotshot from years ago. This is the second vehicle on the CB, on the four-wheel drive CB chassis. The first one was the Avante. This one does come with a Mabuchi motor. It does come with their new TBLE-04S ESC, and we'll talk about that when we unbox it. It also comes with a set of their new light buckets. We did a video a couple weeks ago putting these light buckets on our Tamiya Grasshopper. These are the same light buckets that come in this kit. You still need to buy the LEDs, but the buckets come with it already. So let's get over to the workbench and see what's inside this box. All right, so we have a pretty massive box here for the Comical Hotshot. Looking at the cover there, it does say it comes with a pre-painted body. It comes with the front bumper, can be fitted with the light buckets. Four-wheel drive, powerful gear-driven. There's kind of a good view of what it looks like. And of course the massive number of gears running down the center of the chassis. Sorry, I move it so that I can flip it over to this side. Kind of a cool pickup it there, and then the parts you're going to need. So you're going to need, obviously, a radio system, servo, comes with a speed control, comes with a motor, and you'll need a battery. And then, of course, the tools that you need to build it, and some of the option parts. All right, let's get inside this thing. Watch me hit the camera. Don't hit the camera, don't hit the camera! Okay, first things, we're going to be replacing the stock bushings that come in this car with a bearing kit from Fast Eddie. They sell a Comical Hotshot bearing kit specifically for this car. It has all the right bearings, and you basically just swap them out, swap the plastic bushings out for these. So we'll be using that in the kit. Let me see if I can just kind of go like that. I don't know how well it's going to work, but we'll see. All right, first thing we have are the tires. These are some pretty big, massive tires. Let's look them out. Let's check them out real quick. So these are the rears, and these are the fronts. So you use two different style tires. I shouldn't say style. You use two different sizes of tires. Obviously, front and rear. They do not have inserts, and actually these feel a little softer, but maybe not. So anyway, there's your tires. It does come with a pre-painted body. I'm going to move this out of the way here. It does come with a pre-painted body. Let's just get it out of here. Oh, I could have just gone up here. Figures, right? Okay, so it does come with pre-painted body. It has an upper film on it, so you need to make sure you take that off before you put any stickers on there. There's your wing. Here are the clear lenses for those light buckets that we saw on the front. And a couple of the clear parts here. Not sure what those are for. Yeah, pretty cool, pre-painted. That'll save you some time to getting it ready to go. All right. In here is Tamiya's new TBLE-04S ESC. Now this little guy replaces the TBLE-02S, and is supposed to have a high-low cutoff, basically for lipo and nickel metals. It's got a little bit lower profile design, as well as being able to handle brushless motors. So if we ever decide to go brushless in this thing, we've got a speed control that can handle that. There's that. All right, let's we'll get to this first. This is the hardware bag. So shock parts. Comes with red shocks. They're short. They are, I can't tell if they're fluid filled. Yes, they are. So I see some fluid in there. There you go. So it does come with fluid filled shocks, springs, maybe your kind of all-in-one shaft and piston there, and bladders. This is shocks. We're gonna go in. Okay, so here's what the bearings are gonna replace. So the whole kit replaces all these. So it'll be a little bit faster the A bag, which has all of the, looks like diff components, tools, pinion gear, some of the GIS screws, grease, the A bag. B bag. We're looking at the dog bones. Looks like the anti-roll bar there. More screws, O-rings, all the driveline parts, or the out drive parts anyway. I don't see a C bag. Oh, the C bag, shocks over there. The D bag, more screws, tape, a couple other little miscellaneous parts, zip ties to tidy up your wiring. E is more springs. Oh, these are for the front bumper probably. It uses kind of a spring-fed bumper, so when you hit something, it kind of compresses in. That's what those are. And then, of course, all the hardware. Like all the hardware. And then this either goes, probably goes on the front bumper as well. But there's also body clips in there, and then it looks like final assembly screws or maybe some spares. And then the Mabuchi motor. Just a standard Mabuchi motor. Not super fast, but will last forever. So, nice little motor. Okay, I'm just going to open the plastic parts here, see what's on these trees. I'm going to cut the finger off. So this looks like chassis. Front bumper, massive front bumper, or shorty front bumper. You decide which one you want to use. The wheelie bar. Chassis rails. Looks like the rear, and this, actually I think this connects to this. Maybe that's the rear, I'm not sure what it is. And then preload clips for the shocks. Rear hubs, caster blocks, steering arms. There's a couple of the braces here for the servo saver, perhaps. Servo saver arm or parts. Wheel hexes. Some more parts for the car. Notice a little bit different coloring. It's probably a different plastic than this over here. This is like an ABS. You kind of notice the difference. These are a little more flexible. This might be a front bumper. Two of the exact same trees here. So these are the arms. They're two-piece arms. So you got to put them together. So it looks like maybe a front and a rear, something like that. Turnbuckles, which are fixed length. So they're not really turnbuckles, they're just fixed links. This is the rear exhaust. Here's one of the headlights, or the light buckets. Body mounts. Looks like what we call those, the bars that go on the side there, the chassis. A couple of the chassis parts. Okay, here's the big bag. This looks to be like the main chassis. Yes, this is the main chassis. This is one half of it. There's the other half in that bag. Looks like maybe the battery door. More hexes, a little bit wider, deeper hexes. Looks like some steering parts. Oh, I'm not going to take these out. But here's your wheels. It is a two-piece wheel. It's got an inner with a white insert. Kind of give it that two-piece look. This is kind of standard in all the comicals. The Frog, I think, had white and pink. The Grasshopper had white and green. I think the Avante had blue and yellow, something like that. So this is the Hotshot with the white and red. Oh, looks like a front bumper there. More miscellaneous pieces, build pieces. And then finally, I think this is the, yep. Here are the, so this tree right here is what came in that tree for building the light buckets. As you can see, they've added 2 here. So you can have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, 2. Oh yeah, there's 2, 4 lights there, 4 lights. So you get 8 lights here. It's pretty nice. And then some mounts to allow different mounting options for them. So even if you use only one of those on your car, you still got a whole set to put on something else, which is kind of cool. And then the gearbox, gear bag. Look at that. There's your diff gears, there's your idler gears, there's your idler gears, there's your drive gears, and there's your caps for that. A lot of gears going on inside this car. And that runs basically front to back on the chassis. Black antenna tube. Setting up, there's a couple options in here to tell you, that teaches you how to set up the car a little bit. Changing the shock locations. Miscellaneous stuff. Nobody reads. Comical Hotshot. I'm not sure what this is. This for the body, maybe? Yeah, so this is telling you kind of how to put the body, oh, there you go. How to put the body together, what these are for, where they go, putting all the stickers, your rear wing. So there's no driver included in this vehicle, but they do give you parts. I did see this right here, which is right there, for adding a driver to it. Kind of a bummer, but then there's the sticker sheet. Kind of cool. I'll be using the number 3. And then, of course, finally, the GF-01CB instruction manual. This is generic throughout all the CB cars. But it'll work for this one, so there you go. All right, so there you go. Everything that comes in the Tamiya Comical Hotshot box. Now, we don't get a lot of play vehicles on this channel very often. We get a lot of race cars or track-ready cars. So this will be fun to actually build and just go out and have a good time with. My wife saw this and said, oh, that's a cool little car, which is good for me because I don't ever let her drive my race cars because they're race cars and they're fast. This is not going to be that. It is going to be somewhat speedy with the little Mabuchi motor, but it's 4-wheel drive, so it'll be easy to drive. It's got oil-filled shocks, a decent suspension system, so it'll be fun for her to drive. And if she ever decides she wants to go a little bit faster, the TBLE-04S ESC, brushless compatible. Can't beat that. So we're going to be doing an online build of this, so please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see that. And if you like this video, give it a like. All right, guys, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.